A very warm welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Expresso on SABC3. And I do say a warm welcome because I've been reading on my Twitter page and on my Facebook that it's quite cold all across the country. In fact, it's quite cold here as well, but hopefully you're snuggling up and getting a bit warm. Now, we at Expresso are very proud to work with people that really are about making our communities a better place. And our friends at Vital are one of those teams. Today, we meet an organization that they've been helping called the Teddy Bear Club. And they were established in 1986 in response to an urgent need for medical examination for abused children. Let's take a look at the work that they do.
The Vital Foundation gives support and recognitions to organizations and people dedicated to fighting child abuse. And today's spotlight falls on the Teddy Bear Clinic in Johannesburg. Hi, Shahida.
Hi, Tenji. Please, let's go.
Established in 1986, the Teddy Bear Clinic for Abused Children is a non-profit organization. It's dedicated to ensuring vulnerable children are protected and rehabilitated. Services include therapy, counseling, assistance, love, comfort, and mostly safety.
Tenji, this is one of our play therapy rooms where we work with the child victims. This is a therapeutic and healing context.
Shahida, it really looks like a place of safety, and even the name, the Teddy Bear Clinic, really gives us a sense of care and safety. Can you tell us about the work that you do here?
The kind of work we do here is working with all victims of child abuse. So namely physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, neglect and non-accidental injuries that are inflicted on children. We do not only work with the child, but we work with the caregivers and any other systems that are involved with children. So it's a very comprehensive intervention process.
You even take this process one step further. You deal with schools and help them identify signs of abuse. Can you tell us about that program?
The kinds of interventions that we provide at schools is what we call the SAFE program. The SAFE program focuses on teaching and making children aware, firstly, of their rights and responsibilities, making them aware of acceptable and unacceptable behaviors, and also enabling children to say no and where they can actually access help and support should they be subjected to any kind of inappropriate behavior or trauma.
You also work with young offenders and perpetrators. Why do you feel this work is important?
The important thing to understand is that in order to prevent or disrupt the cycle of abuse, one has to work with the perpetrators, the young child sex offender, because we find that often that child is crying out for help. We have what we call the SPARK program, which is a support program for abuse reactive children. The children that have attended this program, 95% have not re-offended.
Shahida, I can imagine preparing children for court must be such a daunting process. Can you tell me more about that?
Indeed, let me show you. I think we should go there and have a look.
Sooner or later, children who are victims of sexual abuse will head for a real court in search of justice for the crimes committed against them. The clinic's mock court is used to counsel parents and children so they know what to expect.
Shahida, I can imagine it is a difficult process for the victims to go through this, but quite a pivotal one. Exactly how important is the criminal justice system in fighting the scourge of child abuse?
We are enabling children to get closure, to tell their story, but obviously the criminal justice system gives children an opportunity to be prepared to become competent witnesses, so they would send them to a court preparation program or enable that process and give the child an opportunity to give their evidence in chief. So they would come into the courtroom where the prosecutor would give their child that opportunity for telling their story, and then the defense would cross-examine the child.
Shahida, you mentioned that you work with various caregivers, schools, and even the police, but how can the public get involved?
We depend a lot on volunteer support. Our court preparation program includes volunteers. Even with regard to our school awareness program, we depend a lot on volunteer support. So we would appreciate any kind of volunteer support in getting directly involved with the programs that we roll out, but we also depend on the financial support where the broader public and community could certainly make some contribution towards these programs.
Well, I've seen firsthand how important your job is, and thank you very much for being the person to do it. Shahida and her team work tirelessly to make this institution a pillar of hope in the war against child abuse. We at Expresso and the Vital Foundation take our hats off to them.
Vital's One Rand Makes a Difference campaign has raised 2,220,000 Rand for the Vital Foundation. Thank you, South Africa.